Everyone, Slab here. This is to show you my experience of testing a league start with Lightning Arrow Deadeye and getting to maps with crappy gear. Please note, all those are only opinions. This is just before 3.28. I did this test in standard SSF where I had no builds. The gameplay is me after finishing the campaign and not doing anything to upgrade because normally when you finish the campaign you bench craft to add affixes, maybe gamble, buy stuff, etc. More on this later. So I did not do anything at all. I went straight to maps. I did all that, well, all the upgrade part, I did all that after the recording session. Also note that in all my videos, I never put the map in the middle unless I really need to look where I need to go, because I find this very annoying when watching someone play. So hope you appreciate this part. Let me know in the comments if it's something that matters to you, since it's a lot harder to play that way. Now, when I say crappy gear, I'm comparing with the build guide. They're not crappy for me, but they are crappy compared to what professionals expect or suggest you to have. So in the background, I'm just starting from scratch doing the first low tier maps. Just to compare my gear and stats with what is suggested on the build guide. Health and resistances. My health is 2,700, so did not achieve my goal of 3,000 health per act, meaning getting 3,000 after Act 10. And it is always the case when I play Ranger builds in general. Guide 3,700 at this stage. Resistances, Guide is capped, so 75 lightning, cold, fire, and 73 chaos. Now listen to this. I have 43 fire, 53 cold, 58 lightning, and minus 60 chaos as I'm doing this playthrough. So just from this, you see that I'm way behind where I'm supposed to be. Let's go further. My bow has 372 total DPS, 372. Attacks per second is 1.4. Guide has 660 DPS with attack per second at 168. Now imagine those kind of differences in every piece of gear. Again, let's go just a little bit further. Life regen, 3.5 against 75. Evasion rating, 3k versus 43k. Armor, 782 versus 3k. Evade chance, 22% versus 88%. Spell suppress, 80 versus 87, which is pretty much the only thing I'm close in everything I mentioned, if I compare to the build. Also, build uses 3 uniques. I have none of them. So you understand how far I am in everything, and I'm still doing the low tier maps without a problem. Quick note, I did not see that my accuracy was lower than my health, so the skill point precise technique, which gives you a huge amount of DPS, was not enabled because you need more accuracy than life to generate this added DPS. Took care of that after the recording. I actually removed it and transitioned to crit. So if you played this build and using a build guide on League Start, you should have no problem to start maps. Now, I'm pretty sure you can achieve the same things with other builds, but not all builds in my opinion are going to be easy starting at maps at League Start, depending on a lot of things. So where I am right now, I am progressing in low tier maps, picking up a lot of stuff to upgrade my build and picking stuff of other builds I might play. To finish, this is what I do normally when I get to maps. Check health and resistances and focus on those if I have some spots left to add affixes from the bench. Maybe do a little bit of gamble, but not too much since poor when you get to maps. Look to see if I can buy some cheap stuff on the market for 1 or 2 chaos each. There's often some good stuff available in that situation. Things get a lot harder when in yellow or red maps, where this is when things gets scarce and very expensive. In general, I would say that if you get to maps and right off the bat you're struggling, I would say that the first reason would be you are not using a build guide. That is a build guide with the league start tag if you're league starting, which pretty much take you by the hand in everything, so you could have an easy campaign and map transition. When I started to play PvE1, the first time I did not use a build guide and did not finish the campaign. Second time I used one and struggled at yellow maps. After a couple of playthroughs, yellow map was no longer a problem. I got stuck to red maps for a long time until I had more experience and watched tons of playthroughs, guides, and whatnots. This was actually my experience. So after 4 to 5 years of playing, I struggled to get my third void stone often, even though I got to 4 void stones once only, and I got three 2 times. Often what happens is that I'm just bored of grinding and start another build just to put the fun back in the game for me. This is what I experienced with this build as a league start test. Let me give you pros and cons. Cons: you have to point, so not the best when playing on console. I think the best builds are ones that you don't need to point, like minion builds, explosive arrow, lightning conduit, just to name a few. It's not a con for me, but I think still a con in general for console players. You're squishy, so you're going to die from time to time. I did die about 3 times in campaign, but again, I was not playing carefully at all. Since good DPS is pretty much tied to your bow, you need to upgrade that often, and on league start, using only what drops, this will not come as often as it is suggested. Build Guide suggests 3 uniques, which you will probably not have until a lot of hours of playthrough, so this is a con because the build guide I'm using says when you start maps, you should have those 3 uniques. I have none of them. Have to be a little bit careful doing your labs unless you are used to them. Prefer being over leveled in labs when playing squishy builds, so meaning it takes more time to get your ascendancies. You have to move a lot, so spamming your primary DPS skills standing still is often not a good idea. More when using squishy builds, of course. Using red and blue gems can be a little bit of challenge. Pros: very fast build, so fast to do the campaign. Amazing mapper. Bossing during the campaign was very good. Was not OP, was not like amazing or anything, but in my opinion was very good. Bows still drop relatively often. Relative here is very important in that sentence. Fun to play. Easy to gear since you pretty much focus on evasion gear only. There's a build guide on Maxwell and sometimes more than one. Using Ballista makes the build safer, and you can also use them to block incoming damage if you stay behind. By the way, if you're wondering why I am not using my armor flask in the middle, it's just that I hate using flask using the D-pad. My evasion flask is automated with use when using a health flask, so pretty much I use my health flask on L1 to use my evasion flask. Let me know in comments what is your experience in PoE1 and where you struggle. Any ideas on future guides you would like me to do will also be appreciated. So I will leave the rest of the playthrough run if interested. So hope this helps. Take care, everyone.
Greetings.